no pep, no solid plan. Spins a yarn, recants a tale. The esoteric approach won't fail. Tune in, it's time for Common Man. Common man, charms the housewives like no one can. What'd you shoot? Where'd we play? Non-stop nonsense on deck today. Tune in, it's time for Common Man.
Why should anybody aspire to be a common man, an average man? Do you realize what it means to be average? That means you're the best of the lousiest, and the lousiest of the best. Now, if we demand more and more for producing less and less, while the have-not nations encourage and inspire and indeed require hard work and maximum effort, if we deify the common men while they encourage and reward the uncommon ones, well, the end result of such a lopsided race as that is too obvious to require elaboration.
I mean, it's like, hello?
We're coming.
Second and 5, Thunder from the Little Giants 34. Jimmy calling out the signals, takes the snap at the toss right to Deuce, and Deuce is getting to the second level. Stiff arms one defender, spins around another. Somebody tries to grab his flag, but he can't because Deuce has wrapped it around the strap. Defensive backs running out of the way, and Deuce is gone. Touchdown, Thunder. And Deuce hits his chest twice and points to the sky as he scores his 4th touchdown of the season. Jimmy drops back, avoids the rush, looking over the middle. It's Deuce, and it's caught. A diving catch. It didn't look like he needed to dive for it, but Deuce intentionally slowed down in order to make the acrobatic, heroic catch. I haven't seen that move since a certain Dan Cole intentionally slowed down in Little League Coon Rapids baseball tryouts. Like father, like son, and that's a Thunder first down. Little Giants ball, 3rd and 8, deep in their own territory, and the Thunder showing blitz. Jimmy takes the snap. Here comes Deuce, and Deuce grabs his flag. It's a sack. The Little Giants will have to punt. First, he's a sure-handed, precise route-running tight end. Now he's a fierce pass-rushing, Rock of Gibraltar defensive end. Is there anything that Deuce can't do? And now he's going to return the punt that the Little Giants will have to do. This kid is amazing.
Capriza.
He's the clown from Brown. He's the 4th in the North. This is the Common Man, Dan Cole.
And the drum begins in 5, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4. Greetings, good afternoon, Ack-Ack-a-Dack. Dak, your password for tomfoolery and skullduggery will also gain you admittance into a meeting of the Loyal Order of Water Buffalo and to the Twin Cities Orthopedic Performance Center, the new Winter Park, where it's day 1 of 2. It's joint practices here between the soon-to-be big game world champion Minnesota Vikings and the Baltimore Ravens in Tennessee. I'm about to say something controversial.
That's interesting.
This is a preview of the big game. Where are we playing it? In Sausalito this year?
Are they in L.A. this year?
I think it's in Sausalito. I think they just built a new stadium in Sausalito. It's Sojourn to Sausalito.
We're going to SoFi. We're going to Inglewood, which is always up to no good.
Inglewood, up to no good. What is PA called this year? SoFi.
L.A. left play.
L.A. left play. He's in his element. This is just crazy here. All the people that really care about football are here. PA's here. Nordo's not leaving. Sauce came out.
Muss is here.
Rosen's out early. You and I wish we were over at the Royal Club playing golf right now.
If Sauce and Rosen just want to do the show into 3, you and I can go.
That's a good idea. But Nakota's over here. I know a guy at Somerset. You haven't had a chance to play Somerset?
No, never.
It's so good. It's so good. Oh, I'd like to be at Somerset. But we're on grass here, sort of. This is real. Is this turf or is this grass?
It looks like real grass, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it to me. Matter of fact, part of the controversy now is aren't pro teams kind of the players' union? Aren't they sort of demanding?
Pushing back a little bit.
They're pushing back and saying you can grow grass inside. And I think you can ship it in. They can do anything.
Well, they were doing it for the World Cup soccer,
yes,
so that's
exactly.
why it's been a topic.
That's exactly where it was. So whether they ever do that at the Goose That Laid the Golden Egg 2.0, U.S. Bank Stadium remains to be seen. Tend to be, again, the joint practice thing, I guess, it's sort of replaced preseason football for a lot of people. Preseason football used to be, back in the olden days, there were 4 games. And it would always follow the same thing. The first string would play the first series. That's it. Then the second game, maybe a little bit more. By the time they got to the third game, it was in play the entire first half and first series of the third quarter. Then the fourth preseason game would basically be left to see which rookies and undrafted free agents and maybe some guys just kind of, clinging to a job. They would get to play the whole game. And that was sort of their careers were hanging on the line for a lot of those guys. And that still does happen in that third preseason game for the youngsters that are trying to make the club, or veterans that may be, about to be pushed out. Anytime new guys make the team, tend to be old guys got to get retired, right? And so that happens. But here is you get a little bit better feel, at least they tell us, of what the two teams can do. And for the Vikings, I guess it's, they got out. One of the major concerns coming into the season, I think, was, or one of the main things they wanted to accomplish was get a better running game going, right? The Vikings decided we need to run the ball better, and they ran it pretty well. Now, I think you saw the game. My choice was play interlocker or watch preseason football. I think I made the right choice. But I heard that the game was the running game was better. Now, again, it's preseason football, but against the Giants, they ran the ball better. And then you're trying to see which guys fit the scheme, what young guys might be able to get more playing time. And, this is really your first start to see who makes the 53-man roster.
Yeah, I mean, it's replaced preseason, but you still can't touch the quarterback.
Right.
And, basically, instead of doing, preseason game, they're playing it like an actual football game. Out here, they might have, hey, we're going to practice our 2-minute drill for the next X amount of times, right? So you'll go through your 2-minute drill, and then the other side will go, or you'll work on just red zone stuff. Yeah. So they kind of break it down into things that you want to work on. But in terms of your ones playing and looking at your starters, yeah, this is more meaningful than the preseason games.
We'll probably see Lamar Jackson a little bit, then probably. Oh, hey, thanks for. If you're driving by, give us a little honk on the horn. We appreciate that. My guess is we'll see some of Joe Flacco today. Sauce is here, and he goes, let's do this bit. And he gets his phone out.
Did he already? I saw it on X.
Oh, he already
saw
put
the
it
video
on
Meat Sauce's X account.
Yeah, he said, let's do this bit. I'll ask you about the Ravens, and then you just talk about a bunch of players that no longer play on the team. I go, okay.
I already saw it. So Lamar earlier, he's right next to us here to the left, the Ravens quarterbacks. They were trying to throw the ball and hit the upright, and he missed it. It went long.
Yeah.
And then he starts jumping over these long grass. Yeah. It's rough terrain. I'm like, you are the franchise quarterback. What are you doing?
Well, think about this, because I was watching it as well. What if he had landed wrong and you and I witnessed the end of his career? His knee just
torn Achilles.
Knee just buckles. He's out for the season. Yeah, that wasn't the smartest thing in the world. It's sort of like it. If you're wondering what we're talking about, between where we're broadcasting and then the maintenance building behind us in the field, there's sort of this ditch with long, tall. It's sort of like.
Would you call it a gully?
I would call it barranca on a golf course.
I don't know what barranca is, but yeah.
Barranca is what they call the big gullies, and it's better. This is what you say, Teneby. It's like if you're on a really nice golf course, you don't call it a swamp, you call it wetlands, even though it's actually the same thing, because for those prices, it's not a swamp, it's wetlands. So on a golf course, you don't call it a ditch, you call it's a barranca. So he jumped.
It's like U.S. Open type rough over here. Yeah. You can't see where you're landing.
No, but he's fine.
He could have rolled an ankle or something. That was not a very smart thing to do.
Yeah, well,
heck, he could have gotten poison ivy.
Yeah, or he could have got a bee sting. We've seen that happen out here before.
That's been very common around here.
It has been, and so so it's PA's here. He's in his element. Rosen's here. He couldn't be more excited. Norda, look at Sauce. Look at the look of concentration on his face as he's breaking down the team. He's really excited about seeing. His favorite player is Kyle Hamill,
Kyle Hamill,
the safety for the Vikings, for the Ravens that we could have had, right? We traded back to get Louis Sean.
Sauce and I were on the Kyle Hamilton bandwagon during the draft.
You both were.
And he turned into a future Hall of Famer, and the guy we drafted is he even in the league anymore?
I think Louis is gone. And here's the thing: is you guys see the league clearly.
We do, yes.
You see the league clearly, more clearly than others do. We might get some surprise visits here and there. We're expecting Pete Bursich to come over a little bit later. He's the longtime analyst for the Vikings radio. Do we still call it the radio network or the audio network now?
I think it's audio.
Do we call
I never got the memo on it, but other people on the network started calling it audio.
Abbott, do we call the Vikings audio network or radio network now? We do call it audio. So that's new now in radio. It's the audio network. So, Pete Bursich could come by and join us. And who knows? I think we're going to maybe sneak
around.
Sauce
PA
in.
still around.
PA still in.
Could he call some plays for us?
Yeah, maybe he could. He's loose. I've got some practice doing it. You know, the thing is if PA was ever not able to go, I've done hundreds of high school football, baseball, softball, wrestling, volleyball, hockey. I've done. Now I won't get any of the players correct. You know, I won't know.
It's Billy Jones and John Smith, right?
Just Billy Jones and John Smith. They're just going to be.
We almost had that moment years ago, where PA was caught up in traffic because it was like a snowstorm and the traffic was taking like multiple hours to get to the game, and we were getting prepared. I don't remember if it was Mark Rosen or Joe Nelson was going to cover for him.
Well, I thought Rosen once told me he was going to do it because PA because was really.
It was going to be Rosen.
Wasn't PA really ill though one time too?
Was he ill too?
Weren't you PA? Hey, weren't you really sick one time? Hey, weren't you really sick one time? Yeah, 06 he got really sick.
Remembers the year.
Yeah, and then Rosen was going to take over for him, but then you know what PA did? He gutted it out.
He's a tough guy.
Well, he's built different is what he is. It's continuing coverage of Training Camp 2026 here at the TCO Performance Center, the new Winter Park. Joint practice about to begin. They're warming up right now, stretching, running through a few of the little drills before they actually start to practice. And we'll do our best to try to pick up on what's going on out there. It's our angle from where we are and where the joint practice actually will be. It's quite a distance, probably about a football field plus to see it, but we'll do the best we can. We'll take a short break. We'll come back with more. This is continuing coverage of Vikings Training Camp 2026, live from the TCO Performance. Let's pump it up. Let's play. Left play.
Left play.
Back after this here on The Fan.
You're listening to Common, live from training camp
on the Vikings in Tampa Bay. Well, you can bid now on an incredible Vikings road trip. It's hosted by Greg and Eleanor Coleman. You'll score airfare, hotel, game tickets, pregame field passes, dinner with Greg Coleman, and a collection of signed memorabilia. Best of all, your bid supports YMCA of the North, youth sports, and mentoring programs. Call 1-800-320-5326 now and make your bid. 1-800-320-5326.
Continuing coverage of Training Camp 2026 continues. Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center in Eagan. I call it the new Winter Park. Peek at the Purple brought to you by our friends at Affordable Electric. If you're getting ready to sell your home, there are people in my neighborhood that are doing that. This is the time of the year. A lot of people want to get the homes on the market. You don't want to let electrical issues slow you down, and especially before closing. Outdated panels, faulty outlets, or inspection repairs can delay a sale. Affordable Electric provides pre-listing electrical evaluations and fast, code-compliant repairs to help your home pass inspection with confidence. Find out more. Call them today, 612-331-VOLT or affordable-electric.com. Affordable-electric.com. Affordable Electric is shockingly affordable. Quick on the switch. The electrical switch was...
Brett knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Brett Blake will know what he's doing back in our studio. I failed to mention, Tenneby, we're expecting to have Keenan McCardle, correct?
Yes, wide receivers coach.
Wide receivers coach for the soon-to-be big game world champion Minnesota Vikings after the joint practice. Noon until 2. Clock is ticking down. 10 to be 15 minutes, I think, of the stretching and the warming up and going through some drills before the two teams actually begin this joint practice. And like you say, Tenneby, quarterback will be wearing the red jersey, and so he can't be hit, so it makes it a little bit easier back there. You pointed out, you're right. I mean, I've never seen Kyler Murray in person. Okay, I don't ever remember going to a Vikings Arizona game. I've seen him on TV. He's small, like you said. It looks like Wentz is about a foot taller, and he might be. I mean, I can see why.
Well, Wentz is huge too.
Well, that's true too. He is huge, but. Yeah, and
we could throw about 30 pounds on a Wednesday. He could play offensive line for you.
Yeah, or maybe tight end anyway.
Yeah.
But, so again, we'll see a little bit more. We talked a little bit about the preseason game number 1. You saw it. I read reviews of the game, and that first drive, Vikings went down the field, but it was mostly on running plays. Kyler threw a couple, he's 2 for 3. It was fine. There was nothing wrong, but, it wasn't like winging the ball all over the field and such like that.
Yeah.
So there really wasn't much. I think the head coach said something to the effect of, saw some nice things, almost kind of getting your feet wet kind of a thing, your first action, as a Viking, other than when you're not against just your own players in practice. So all good. I don't know how much more we'll find out here, but I think it's important. And you know what, I want to talk to McCardle one thing about, this is what I brought up. I thought for sure when they said Murray would be playing some preseason football, I thought, well, they're going to want him in with Justin Jefferson because that's going to be that's your go-to combination, right? I mean, as Murray and Jefferson go, not exclusively, but as they go, so will the Vikings go, right? But he didn't play at all in game 1, and I don't think he plays at all. I'm curious if in a perfect world,
today.
Yeah, right. Well, it should see him today. But if in a perfect world, you'd rather play him in the preseason. But it's not a perfect world, Tenby, with all the money that's invested in these guys and everything that's at stake. You just can't play him in the preseason games. It doesn't make any sense.
We saw with Jamal Adams.
Well, exactly right. Exactly right. And Adams was a non-contact, right?
I think so. He was trailing a wide receiver. I don't know if they're. I'm assuming it was non-contact because it was a quad injury, but at the time I was wondering whether he clicked the heels of the guy in front of him or not. Or his legs incidentally run into each other. But he had a torn tendon in his quad, and he actually had the exact same injury in the other leg 4 years ago. So I feel like that's one of those rare injuries to begin with, right? You don't hear of torn quads very often in NFL. And then to have it happen twice is very, very rare.
Well, I was out on vacation the week before, but in trying to keep up with what was happening at training camp, they were pretty excited about Adams. They were thinking he was going to kind of be that guy that would replace Harrison Smith, veteran. Everybody thought this is a guy that can do all the things that B-Flow likes that player to do. So and he splashed early in that preseason game. He had a tackle for loss where he knifed through the line of scrimmage and got him behind the line. He had some moments early in that game where he looked good. So I think they were really counting on him to be a major part of the defensive scheme. And now that he's out for the season, I don't know how that changes their approach. And I think it makes it more incumbent if Harrison Smith's coming back. We still don't know. I think a lot of us tend to believe he is coming back. I just feel like there would have been an announcement earlier. I think we've talked about that a guy we had Cashman when we had Cashman on last week or the week before. He goes, well, if he comes, he was very coy about showing his hand whether he knows or not. But he said something to the effect, if he is coming back and he's not here, he's earned that after 15 years in the league. Well, I had Dane Mizutani of the Pioneer Press on the 10 Fitzgerald on Monday, and he made a comment about, Harrison, before he left for the offseason, basically said, if I retire, you're not going to know about it because I'm not going to tell you. Just all of a sudden, day one's going to come by, and I won't be there. But on the other hand, I get that Harrison might not come out with an announcement because that's just his personality. Right. But everyone else, like the coaches and the players, they get asked about it all the time. Are they going to continue with the charade? Right. Yeah. Right. If they know Harrison Smith's not coming back, I just don't believe everybody's going to be orchestrated in on it. And Dane also made the comment, and Ben Lieber talked about this in the middle of last year that maybe Harrison doesn't just come back for day one. Maybe he waits until 6, 7, 8 games into the season, sees how we're doing, and if it's worth him to come back to be on a contender, he'll do it. Does he want to, sit through a 7-10 season? Probably not. Well, we talked about that with the Lions last year. The lineman, Ragnow. Was it Ragnow? I think it was Ragnow. He was going to come back, and he came back but couldn't pass his physical. But he, with 5-6 games remaining, the Lions kind of just hovering on a wild card spot. He was going to come back. Couldn't make it. So you're right. Maybe he waits a little bit. Dane, was he out here with you or? Well, that was Money in studio. Oh, in studio. Yeah. Was he wearing a life jacket in studio?
Well, he was there for 2 segments, so I definitely needed him to carry the load there.
Yeah. Well, I would make sure you give him a life jacket for that if you're going to do that. So, yeah, again, we'll see what they do without Adams. I don't know how much that'll affect the team, and I don't know how much we'll notice it here today. But
biggest thing I'm looking forward to today, the center quarterback snap exchange on the shotgun formations. Brandel's been struggling with it.
Has he?
Yeah, he's been struggling with the shotgun snap. Apparently, that's very challenging for him. So we'll see if it causes any issues today, because I think they're going to do a little bit more shotgun with Kyler Murray as their quarterback.
That's a problem if he's having a problem with it, because you run out of the. Now I know O'Connell likes running from he likes his quarterback under center more often
historically,
than not, right? But I think that's an issue if you're having a problem with the.
I think part of it you got to do shotgun just with Kyler's height, right? I mean, it's harder to look over the line of the scrimmage early on when you're closer to the line of scrimmage.
Well, and a lot easier to snap it over his head too.
A lot more challenging of a target for Brandel compared to a Carson Wentz.
You are correct. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We've got joint practice about to begin in about 6-7 minutes from now as the teams continue to go through some drills and stretching and warming up and such like that. It's continuing coverage of Vikings Training Camp 2026 here on the Common Man program with Common to be joined by Mark Rosen at 2 o'clock. Keenan McCardle will also be with us as a guest after practice.
Is that McCardle, by the way, in the white hoodie sweatshirt here, throwing passes to the receiver?
Is that him?
That might be him, and if so, he's just throwing dimes. Yeah. We might have a new quarterback on our hands.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Okay.
Dime.
That's a dime.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah, of course, there's nobody rushing him, and there's no defender.
No, but, I mean, he's putting the numbers every time.
He is. He's got skills. I think
impressive.
Do you think Sauce could do the same thing? He's got a big head, doesn't he?
Hey, Alec Lewis is here.
Alec Lewis is here.
It's a who's who.
Do we think we should put Lewis on if he will?
If he wants to come on.
Lewis, Alec, will you come on with us after the break? Huh? Will you come on with us after the break?
Can we do 5 minutes?
Yeah, well, you're
5
busy.
minutes.
You know that.
I'm trying to, analyze.
Okay, he's trying to analyze. We'll do 5 minutes with him real quick.
Well, how about we have him on right now, and then we can straddle the 40.
And then we'll get Sauce on before it's over, too.
Yeah, we can straddle the next one.
What? Yeah, Sauce.
Hold on, I got to know which one you're going into here. I think you're red. Yeah, we're on the air.
We're on now.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at you got the 126 U.S. Open Shinnecock Hills. Were you there?
I was not, but those are some nice glasses, by the way.
Thanks.
Are that's a designer brand.
Prada.
Those are nice glasses.
Yeah, they're sweet.
I wouldn't have thought that would have been your...
Well, he went to Brown University.
I went to Brown University, as you know. I'm with that 13th most...
It's really the only reason I came on was to talk about your extensive education at the Ivy League staple.
Ivy League, think about that.
You didn't think about going to Colgate?
No, the only I've brushed my teeth with Colgate before, and the only Ivy I've ever come in contact with is poison ivy.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, thanks very much.
So you've been hearing about the run game. They're not yet doing the 6 running back thing that we've talked about many times, but they are running the outside zone with effectiveness.
You know what's really funny is that, when I brought up they go out and get the 4 or 5 best running backs in the league.
And Derrick Henry was one of them, by the way. He was one of the ones you mentioned.
And that, you would have, so again, you have 4 different styles of running backs. They only have to carry the ball, 4, 6, maybe 8 times a game, stay fresher, longer. Mm-hmm. You're still paying them a lot of money, but you're paying the 4 of them. The 4 running backs you're paying what you're paying Justin Jefferson. So you get a better deal. I was mocked and ridiculed by a lot of people. You've sort of come around to that way of thinking, it sounds like to me.
Well, I'm a big fan of those who who want to be creative, who want to think outside the box. Yeah. And this is really, it's definitely not inside the box. There's just no question about it.
No,
there's part of me that likes to zig when others zag, and this would be a zig to the highest degree.
But because you think about it,
or zag,
that's what they talk about. If you do run the ball a lot, you're talking about 15, 20 carries a game by the end. That's why all those players were. That's why that position was devalued for so long. You get a guy, he'd get to the final year of his rookie deal, and he's going, "Where's my raise? Where's my new contract?" They go, "We're going in another direction. We're drafting another guy on the cheap, and we're going to run him because we don't care that much." And so these guys' careers were only lasting 3 or 4 because they were getting so beat up. Mm-hmm. Now they're fresh, fun, exciting. It'd be so good, but they're never going to do it, and that's fine. I understand.
Let me ask you guys a question. What are you most looking forward to seeing out here?
3 o'clock.
We should be asking you the same thing. 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock when I get to go home, yeah.
You act like you don't enjoy.
It's okay.
You enjoy it. You're acting like it's, it's not. I mean, I don't know. Meanwhile, I'm pretty surprised. It's like you've got a whole packet of preparation.
Well, that's not prep. That's my endorsements.
Copy.
That's my commercial copy to make sure I don't.
So one thing you prep's hard with.
Yeah, that's one thing I
the
prep
commercial
hard with.
copy.
Yeah.
I was listening, I think, yesterday where you were talking about a home improvement landscaping operation.
Willow River Company.
Sure, that's what it was.
Yeah,
I was going to get groceries and I was bouncing around and heard that.
Yeah, would you need some?
I don't have it. No, I don't yet have a house. I would still live in an apartment.
Yeah,
but I'll definitely pass it along to the apartment complex.
Yeah, well, they do landscaping for business and everything like that.
No, it's good to know.
What are you most looking forward
to? Seeing the Vikings offense against Jesse Minter's defense. Now, the unfortunate part is like the Ravens' elite rusher, like Nnamdi Madubuike, I don't believe is going to be practicing, in full today against. He's an elite interior defender, all-pro defender.
What about Trey? Is he out there today?
Trey Hendrickson should be out there.
Okay.
Travis Jones, their other interior, is just working back. But I don't know, to see Kyler Murray in the offense go up against, the Ravens defense should be fun. But I was just having this conversation with our Ravens writer. Like, I remember being out here last year and thinking, man, the Vikings just torched the Patriots 2 days in a row, and then the season played out how it did. So probably not going to make too much of what I'm saying.
Kennedy got so excited about the joint practice with the Patriots, he predicted the Vikings were going to the big game last year.
Is that accurate?
I don't think it was from the joint practices.
No.
I think it was earlier on.
He thought they were going to the big game.
Well, speaking of joint practices, I remember leaving the joint practices going, I am drafting Travion Henderson in my fantasy football league. He looked amazing out there. And then, he was basically like the second running back behind Ramondre Stevenson all season.
To validate your thoughts, I remember speaking to someone internally after the joint practices and them going, Drake May is extremely legit, and Travion Henderson is extremely legit. So
he looked like their best player.
Yeah, so
he looked like their best player.
You were not the only person with that takeaway leaving these 2 days. But no, it is really fun. I mean, you got PJ Fleck out here. I've seen Randy Moss. It's a who's who of.
Yeah, there's PJ right there.
We've got a bunch of athletic people out here, so it's good times. Not good enough for Prada sunglasses, but it's good times.
Was Larry Fitzgerald out here?
I have not. He was out here a couple weeks ago. I talked to him for a few minutes. Great guy. Played with Kyler Murray, so had some perspective.
That's why I thought he might be out here.
Yeah.
I was golfing. I heard he was out at the club the other day playing golf.
Which club?
And I don't know if I should say, but what's the difference? He was playing out the Royal Club.
Okay. I played at Royal Club.
Have you played Royal Club?
I have.
Yeah.
I like it. They're nice. It was in great shape.
Yeah, it's always in great shape.
I didn't know if Larry was a Spring Hill guy.
Larry, I think, belongs everywhere.
I mean, I can understand that he would have the.
He can afford his own golf balls.
I think Larry. Yeah, I think Larry belongs pretty much everywhere.
Have you been playing a lot?
I get out occasionally.
Sure.
I golf.
Are you looking forward to the state fair?
I don't mind the state fair. I used to not like it. I used to. Tenemy could attest to that. I didn't like. It just feels uncomfortable out there, and it's just
a lot of lot of people.
And the thing is, when your material on the air bombs, you don't know because there's nobody in front of you. When you've got a couple 13, 14 people in front of you, and you tell Raquel Welch, she should be in 3D, that's my apartment number. Nobody laughs. You start getting the flops. It gets everywhere. So, but now I don't mind it. It's fun. I like it. It's something different for 7 days.
The state fair last year was where you guys talked about the Harrison Smith being traded, and I didn't. My phone was out of battery, and I was hyperventilating. I actually had been at Second Swing getting a driver.
Oh, really?
I needed a driver, and I remember driving home. My phone was out of battery because I didn't charge it the night before. Brilliant. And you guys were talking, and you had me full stop. You actually had me.
You were panicked.
I was driving like a maniac down Hennepin. Yeah,
I saw Pelissero got a job.
He did. The Netflix and The Ringer. He was on Bill Simmons' podcast the other day. Yeah.
That insider. Now, you're not considered insider guy with the Athletic, right?
I wouldn't consider myself an insider. Very much an outsider.
Would you like to have that insider gig? Would you like to have that gig, or do you like like covering the team?
You'd like that insider money.
Yeah, that's probably true. But no, my path has always been just as much as I can do stories about people, and then because of the job I have, you do as much information stuff as you can. But that's not my passion.
Bugging people, trying to get the scoops.
It's really uncomfortable for me, at least. I think Tom does a really dang good job of making it happen in a comfortable way. But for me, it's just never. It's interesting. Like, I like learning about the game. So if I talk to certain, executive or coach, it's questions about how they think about the game. That's my learning with it.
We're about to get the big men going at it over here to the left of us.
And here's a question I have for you.
Uh-huh.
Why in the bright, hot sunshine are we wearing our dark purple uniforms? Why did we not make the Ravens wear their dark jersey and we wear our white? You know what I'm saying?
I think it builds it builds toughness.
Oh, okay.
It builds
This
physicality.
is the time to do it, yeah.
Yeah. If you're going to do it now, then it'll make everything easier moving forward.
Why don't more people wear the Guardian helmet? Is that what it's called?
Guardian cap.
What a dime by JJ.
Why don't
To
more
Miles Price.
Why don't more players wear those? Why don't more players wear those? Do you have any idea? Because I mean, they look goofy, but I've heard they help some.
Yeah, I think the statistic would say that there is like a certain probability advantage, but I do think the presentation of it is probably part of it. You do get guys. I mean, there's usually a player on each team who seems to that was an interception by somebody. A player on each team seems to take to it, like Ryan Kelly did last year, which was understandable. So,
well, there's 4 Viking players over 5. There's 6 of them wearing them over there.
Yeah, I mean, look, I do think. Anything that
is it like a pillow? Have you touched one? I've never had. Can you get one of those guys to come over here and we can kind of?
I think that's not my. I think the Vikings' exceptional PR staff could probably help you guys out with that.
Where's Hagan? Where's time for?
He was with Randy Moss.
Sit.
Bob was with Randy Moss.
Because I'd like to see one of those helmets and take a look at it.
Sure.
See what it's like. But anyway.
All right, I'm going to watch some of this.
Yeah, you got to.
He's got to pay attention. He's got to write about it at the Athletic.
I got to say hey to this guy right here.
And you know what's really nice? Is you'll watch, you'll analyze, you'll write it, then I'll use it for show prep tomorrow. I appreciate it. I can't.
And that's why this packet of notes is.
I can't thank you enough. That's Alec Lewis.
Thank you, guys.
Have fun. Good job, Alec. Thank you.
Alec Lewis of The Athletic also appears on The Fan on multiple shows day in, day out. So what are they doing here? I thought
over here we have our linemen. So right now it's our offensive line versus their defensive line.
What happened to the scrimmage? I thought we were going to.
That'll happen later.
Oh, okay.
They do the kind of these individual. So to the right of us, you've had quarterbacks just throwing bases. It's just one-on-one. And here's Justin Jefferson.
Oh, look at JJ.
Oh, do that gritty. So they're basically just doing one-on-ones, right? A wide receiver versus a corner with the quarterback throwing this side to the left of us. Brian O'Neill just took a rep against one of their defensive linemen. That's Clay Campbell. I'm assuming it's like second teamers on the far side away from us for the big men.
Looks like chaos to me.
Here's Jordan Addison. One-on-one. Okay. Press coverage. Oh, he's going deep. Murray. Oh! Right through the fingertips.
That won't cost him his job, will it?
Which one, Addison or Murray?
Well, I don't know. What did you think?
Murray made the pass.
What did you think was better?
I thought it was a pretty decent throw. At least it was in a spot where the corner couldn't get to it. Oh, good pass by Carson Wentz.
Where the hell did Versich go?
Was he here?
Yeah. Where the hell did Versich go?
I don't know. He's here. I have his pass.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's do this. Should we break now? Or do you think?
Well, I was going to straddle the 45, but if you want to break, you can.
Okay. No, we straddle the 45.
We didn't straddle the 30, so we're going to straddle the 45.
We'll straddle the 45.
Oh, feet just got tangled.
What's Price's number?
He's number 4. He had a good catch from J.J. McCarthy there earlier.
Okay.
I think like these one-on-one type situations is when J.J. can look good.
Who's that other cat we got? The new wide receiver. This is going to be our third.
Juwan Jennings.
Yeah, which one is he now? What number is he? Is he 82?
Good question. I'll try to find it out here.
Yeah. Because I'm curious to see, again, like I say, I missed the preseason game, and I didn't, I
Juwan Jennings is 14, which is what I thought he was going to be.
All right, well, we'll keep an eye on it.
Do I see him over? I don't. Oh, yeah, he looks like he might be one of the next ones to take a rep here.
Okay. That's a great catch.
Did he get the feet in? No, ref says he didn't get the feet. I love that they actually have real refs out here to make calls like that.
Yeah. Of course, the refs are wearing shorts today.
Well, yeah.
Which they don't wear in the National Football League. I think number 9.
Oh, they blew the horn, so we're not going to see Juwan Jennings go.
Okay, so they blow the horn, which is I'm comfortable doing myself.
Oh, look at Brandel.
Now this is where. Who do you think is most likely with the Vikings to get into a brawl with one of the Raven players?
I'm trying to think who's got the biggest mean streak.
Yeah.
I think.
Because somebody's going
Can
to.
I go with the smaller guy?
Yeah, somebody's going to.
Deming's the rookie cornerback. He's a chirper.
Yeah.
He's a talker. So he's going to anger someone.
Is he also the guy that does the rap?
Yes. He's freestyle rapping.
He does freestyle rapping, and apparently he holds a prayer service with the players. Do you think he does the prayer service while freestyle rapping?
Why not?
I really like God. He looks really mad.
He's got a nice bod.
Yeah, he's got a nice bod.
Sauce thinks he's a Todd.
Yeah. Look at Sauce just started doing a little dance there.
Hey, I'm available to play golf tonight.
You are available to play Sunday? Well, I'll book that tee time. For sure, you're in, right? I'll book that tee time right now. It'll be so much fun.
Oh, jeez.
See, are they fighting?
No, that was just whoever number 72 is for us.
This what Deuce says, that when he was at Lincoln Stars games, there was always one guy in the crowd that would yell when it was really quiet, "Hit somebody!" Hit somebody, for crying out loud.
Our right tackle, number 72, was just doing his best Rosen. He was backpedaling.
He was backpedaling. We called that the Rosen. Yeah.
That's Ryan Vandemark was that one.
Wow. Oh, dude, you see him threw a punch
Yeah,
at
a
him.
little extra from Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac threw a little
I like
punch.
that Baltimore at least puts their last names on their jerseys.
Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
Yeah. It's top secret information. We don't want them to know
Though,
who we
for
are.
Baltimore, they have their quarterbacks are wearing the black jerseys with purple numbers.
Okay.
You can't read the number.
No. There's all sorts of issues going on out here. Let's take a break. We got to get We got to
straddle the 45.
We got to straddle the 45. We'll come back. We got more to get to. Don't forget, Keenan McCardle will join us just after 2 o'clock. He's the Vikings wide receiver coach. Rosen will be here at 2. We're expecting a visit from Pete Bursich, Sauce, and others. And, of course, as I said, Rosen at 2 o'clock. Let's take a break. We'll come back with more. We're broadcasting live, continuing coverage of Vikings Training Camp 2026 live from Eagan, right here on the Fan.
Power Trip Morning Show Program Password exclusive KFAN interviews. You can catch the moments, reactions, and behind-the-scenes fun. You can't just get on the radio alone. You can watch KFAN.com/watch. It's all powered by Quantum Fiber Internet.
It's rough and tumble out here. It's the National Football League. It's continuing coverage of Vikings Training Camp 2026, TCO Performance Center, a.k.a. the New Winter Park here in Eagan.
Standing room only crowd.
Standing room only. And why wouldn't it be? It's joint practices against the hated Baltimore Ravens and our soon-to-be big game world champion Minnesota Vikings. Tend to be, I said earlier, controversial. I'm predicting this is a preview of the 2027 big game. Ravens versus Purple against Purple. It'll be the Ravens versus the Vikings. As they get ready for joint practice, looks like they're going to do some running back drills here. Looks like Aaron Jones. Let's go down to the field. We have running backs mic for sound. Let's see what we can get here. Looks like Aaron Jones. Go ahead. Let's go down to the field. It's a hard hit.
Yeah.
Fumbled the football.
Still got a hand,
yeah.
Ball security.
And, how was ball security for the Vikings in the first preseason game? Did we turn anything over?
I think we were very efficient with it. I don't remember. We forced a couple turnovers.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we had a couple interceptions on our end defensively. I don't think we did turn the ball over, if I recall.
I know that we won the game, right? I did see the final score.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was, 13-10, I think was the final. As you watched the game, was it more dominant than a 13-10 because we had turnovers? Did we look really good in all phases of the game? I know it's only preseason, but with what we did,
I will say, once the Vikings took the lead, they didn't have the lead, I think. Well, obviously the early 3-0 lead, but the Giants got that touchdown where there's a couple breakdowns, and that was their first team. I don't know if we had all our first teamers out that drive. Once the Giants got the lead, they had it through the first half. In the third quarter, we had the one drive, and we got a little lucky that a penalty reset the downs to give us another shot because we were having a hard time getting in from the 1 yard line. Once the Vikings took the lead, even though it was only a 3-point lead, you just felt like it was going to be safe. Like our defense, regardless of whether it was first team, second team, third team, fourth team out there, didn't seem to have any issues against that. The Giants offense seemed to just struggling to move the ball, and they turned the ball over a couple times. So Yeah, I would say defensively we were pretty dominant in that game, other than the one drive.
I'm sorry, I should know this. Was Abbott here? When is our preseason game? Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday at noon.
Okay, Saturday at 12.
But all the guys you're watching right now are not going to touch the field.
Right. Yeah,
It'll be all second and third teamers that day.
Exactly. Our coverage will begin
10 a.m.
10 a.m. We do a 2-hour pregame, and then we'll have the kickoff. Be there for the boom at 12 noon. We're going to do 5-3-4, right?
We can, yes.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're going to get into the Twins as part of it. And just briefly, I found myself, I've watched more baseball this year, I think, than I'm with Twins baseball to this point of the season than I've done in a long time. And another nice win last night. Here's what I'll tell you, Teneby. I said this, I think, 5, 6, 7 weeks ago. My favorite player on the team is Josh Bell. Veteran, bounced around in a lot of places. Nothing but a pro's pro. Again, he had another big hit last night. He hit the 2-run homer in the first inning. Gave us the lead. Jeffers came in, if you'll remember. We were talking trade deadline. We're talking, well, there's a possibility they could trade Larnach and Jefferson. Why would you trade those two guys? Those two guys are one of the biggest reasons why they are in a situation where they're hanging around for a wild card. And Jeffers had a big at-bat. Now, they didn't end up needing those 2 extra runs, but at the time, 2-1, you're in the bottom of the 8th. You get a couple of runs. And you give yourself a bit of a cushion. I think, as a matter of fact, the Braves did get a base runner, but they didn't push any runs across the plate. So, the team is hard to figure out, too, because you saw them get pretty much dominated by Philadelphia in the 4-game series, including the Cornfield game. And then the Braves, who I think are on paper, maybe even in the standings, they're a better outfit than Philadelphia. Yeah. And again,
the AL East,
it's not like we dominated them, but 2 really close, well-played baseball games. Again, I heard on the broadcast last night, the Twins are, if not the highest scoring team in the first inning, they're one of them. They're amongst them. What happened? Somebody get hurt?
Kyler almost threw an interception. He threw it to Jordan Addison. The guy covering Addison, covering like a blanket. Ball deflected off their hands and almost went into another Ravens players for the catch. So this is what you've been asking for. You wanted 11-on-11 scrimmaging. Here we are. The field closest to us is Vikings first-team offense versus Ravens first-team defense.
All right, well, let's do the play-by-play.
I'm curious why on the other side, closest to the fans, they opted to put our defense. Are they not having confidence in Kyler and our offense? They wanted to...
I'll be Nance, you be Murray.
Put our defense versus Lamar Jackson?
Murray comes out patrolling the gridiron like a general patrol a battlefield, back to pass, looking. No, it's a handoff. Look at turning, churning. How about that?
Uh-oh. Oh, our first pushing and shoving.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
I like how they...
Hit somebody!
Was that Brian O'Neill getting in the mix there?
Fries and Washington almost got
Fries and Washington got in a little brouhaha. Donnybrook appears sixer. This is what football's all about.
Well, it's always weird. Like, that's the weird thing about joint practice. Is, like, it was a running play to Aaron Jones, and they'll kind of like half tackle him without tackling him, and then the running back just keeps running because they're not actually
right.
And so no one actually knows when the play's over whether you're supposed to go or whether you're supposed to quit. It's very confusing.
Yeah. They break the huddle. Murray patrolling the gridiron like a general would patrol a battlefield. Looking, scrambling out of pressure, throws.
Oh, he had Juwan Jennings wide open. Deep. You have to go to the check down.
Can you still sign free agent quarterbacks right now? I mean, can you?
I mean, if they're available, yeah.
Well, who is available?
Ryan Tannehill's got to be available, isn't he?
Yeah, it hasn't been a great start for...
Are we punting now, or did they just put the second teamers out there? Must be the second team, because they switch everything else. Now we get a little look at J.J. McCarthy. So it seems like on the second team that Miles Price has been the guy. That's who they keep going to. They're going to hand it off to Damon Claiborne, though. Ooh, a little shifty.
And we really believe we learned something from what we see out here right now. Like you said, they don't even tackle.
No. The ref just blows the whistle when he thinks it would have been a tackle.
Well, this is an exercise in futility is what it is, isn't it? That's okay.
How come for joint practice they don't just do like actual flag football? So you can continue the play, put the flags on them.
And you could use it as Olympic team tryouts.
Yeah.
Right? Each camp could do it.
I mean, like this half tackling thing.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
And then when you actually do tackle them, they're all going to get mad about it.
PA's got the binoculars. He's focused. He's focused in it.
Tight end motion. Handoff. Oh, no, fake handoff. They like to go to Miles Price.
Look at the Vikings audio network is all calling for a penalty. They're all homering it up. It was a great defensive play. Guy made a great play. It's not.
We might want to get open.
Nordo's he's razzing the ref. Sauce is beside himself. Sauce was on his phone, telling his wife he is playing golf this Sunday. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Our continuing coverage of Vikings training camp. This is the first of 2 joint practices with the Baltimore Ravens. We'll be back with more coverage after the break here on the Common Man program on the Fan.
Yep, you're hearing it correctly. This is Dan Cole, the Common Man, live from